I transmigrated into the cannon fodder male, supporting character from a novel. Arriving on the day, my fiancée gifted me a wristmala. Countless barrage comments suddenly floated past before my eyes. Here it comes, here it comes, the thrilling moment is about to happen. Hurry and put the mala on. Supporting character. Once your body is exchanged for the male leads, he can be with the heroine forever. The supporting guy's body being used by our male lead is his good fortune. He should feel lucky. Exactly. If he hadn't insisted on marrying the heroine, why would our heroine have thought of switching bodies? In short, it's all the supporting guy's fault for butting in. He got what he deserved. I froze, countless memories flooding into my mind. The original owner was the young master of the Johnson family and was engaged to the heroine. But the heroine only had eyes for her first love and couldn't go against her family. So she obtained a prayer bead bracelet from a priest and tricked the original owner into wearing it. 7 days later, the original owner's soul separated from his body, which was then usurped by the heroine's first love. The heroine married her first love, and they had children. They enjoyed a lifetime of glory and wealth thanks to the original owner's identity as the young master of the Johnson family, and died peacefully of old age. But the original owner became mentally ill and ultimately died homeless on the streets. In short, one poor guy. Sophia smiled as she handed me the bracelet. Her voice was sweet. Ethan, this is the bracelet I specially asked for at the church for you, to keep you safe. I hope you wear it on your wrist every day, just like I'm with you every moment. Fine. I accepted it gladly. Trying to mess with me? Huh. If I don't play them to death, I'll consider it my loss. Seeing me accept it so readily, Sophia's eyes flashed with a triumphant, conspiratorial smile. But when she saw me rubbing the bracelet but not wearing it, she said somewhat anxiously, Ethan, why aren't you wearing it? The live comments also started getting anxious at this point. Yeah, I remember the original supporting male wore it right after receiving it, like it was his treasure. He didn't even dare take it off to shower. Before, whenever the heroine gave the male supporting character something, he would be overjoyed. Why does he look so strange today? Tisk, could the male supporting character be suspicious of the heroine? You're overthinking it. Even if the male supporting character were dead, he still wouldn't suspect the heroine. I watched Sophia's expression and smiled. The thing you gave me, I really cherish it. I'll wear it in a little while. Sophia couldn't force me to put on either. Afraid I'd noticed something was off, she could only nod in agreement. She took a sip of coffee, hesitated for a moment, then, looking troubled, said to me, Ethan, can we postpone our wedding photo shoot by a week? Bullet comments chirped. The heroine's baby has it too hard. She wants to wait until the male lead successfully swaps bodies to film with him. Woo-woo, the heroine's only thought is the male lead. Their love is so touching. Male supporting character, hurry up and agree. If you don't agree, you're not human. Huh, the comments really are stupid. Clearly I'm the victim, but in their eyes, whatever the male and female leads do seems right. If Sophia really wanted to marry her first love, she could have asked me to call off the engagement. She didn't want to defy her family, yet couldn't let go of my status and position. She's just greedy, wanting both. This can't be her excuse for hurting me. I looked straight at Sophia, asking knowingly, why? Give me a reason. Sophia's gaze wavered for a moment, but only briefly. She quickly composed herself. My period just started recently. I'm not feeling well. You understand, right? Women need to rest properly during these days. I stared fixedly at Sophia, and as her expression grew increasingly uneasy, I smiled lightly. Of course I understand. Postpone it. Sophia relaxed, then made another excuse about not feeling well, and said goodbye to me. Of course I knew she was in a hurry to go see her first love, and I didn't stop her. After they left, I tossed the bracelet onto the tea table. At the same time, I called the butler over. Sir, you called for me? Benjamin had worked at the Johnsons for decades, and was someone the original owner trusted deeply. In the original story, he noticed the abnormality of the me who had been switched with a different core and secretly investigated. After the male lead discovered this, he immediately fired him. Later, fearing he would cause trouble, they forcibly sent him to a psychiatric hospital even though he had no wife or children. Benjamin, make a similar bracelet to the one on the table. I want it today. Remember, the maker must be reliable. Benjamin put the bracelet into the box. Yes, sir, rest assured. Anything else you want me to do? Find someone else for me. A lady boy, preferably someone with a simple background, sick and not long for this world. Bring him to see me. I grinned strangely. Money isn't the issue. I knew that 7 days from now would be the day I would be usurped, so I had to act quickly. Since the male and female leads wanted to trample on my life and live a happy life, I'd give them a big surprise. Let everything they pursue turn to bubbles, leaving them full of regret. Benjamin looked slightly surprised, but asked nothing. He bowed to me briefly and then went out to handle some matters. At the same time, the barrage of comments started streaming again. Something's off. What is the supporting male character trying to do? Could it be that he really discovered the problem? No, don't. It probably isn't that. Don't forget, the secondary male is a top-tier love-struck idiot. Maybe he simply loved the bracelet the heroine gave him too much. As for bringing a lady boy, who knows what he intends to do? Everyone, don't overreact. We just need to remember that the secondary male's body must belong to the male lead, and that's that. Benjamin handed me the newly made bracelet, and at the same time, brought a lady boy over to stand in front of me. The efficiency of their work was absolutely top-notch. I picked up the two bracelets and compared them. The newly made one was slightly lighter in color than the original, and the beads felt a bit different. If you didn't compare them closely, you wouldn't notice at all. In the original book, after the original owner received the bracelet, he couldn't put it down. He carefully stroked and inspected every single bead, so you could say he would detect even the tiniest difference. I looked for a while, slipped the newly made one onto my own wrist, and put the other one Sophia had brought straight back into the box. The live chat exploded instantly. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. The supporting male really found out. And no, don't, the supporting male is so terrifying. He noticed long ago, but pretended like nothing was wrong. Then what about our male and female leads? He found a trans person. Could it be that? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Did anyone notify the leads? A mocking smile tugged at the corner of my mouth. I'll let you all watch, with your own eyes, how I make the leads unable to live and unable to die. Sir, his Chinese name is Luna. He works at a bar. He showed me his medical report. He has cancer and doesn't have much time left. I examined this person called Luna, a trans person. Wearing extremely revealing clothes, with foundation on his face like a mask, exaggerated eye makeup glittering with sequins, and thickly applied crimson lipstick. But even so, it couldn't hide his emaciated, sickly appearance. He was so thin, like a skeleton, as if a gust of wind would knock him over. Benjamin, you go out first. Luna, I'm the kind of person who likes to speak plainly. Whether you can accept it is entirely up to you. Luna looked at me lifelessly and spoke in a hoarse voice. The person who brought me here said I could ask for money. Of course. There was finally a glimmer of light in Luna's eyes. I'm willing. I'll do whatever you ask me to do. My mother is also sick. I really need the money. So I told him the reason I had come to see him. He also explained to him that after being possessed, he would become someone else, but he would be a healthy man. In fact, for someone with a terminal illness, this could be described as a guaranteed win deal. Except that he couldn't be himself anymore. Luna was completely stunned after hearing it. I agree. He was clearly very excited. After all, no one wants to die young. If there's a chance to stay alive and make money, only a fool would refuse. Put the bracelet on and wear it for 7 full days. After that, my people will send you away. Yes, boss. Luna obediently put the bracelet on her wrist. I told Benjamin to take her down and keep an eye on her. Actually, after swapping bodies, I could have kept her here, but to be safe, I still prepared everything thoroughly, not giving Sophia and the others any chance. The live comments went completely crazy. The male supporting character is so vicious. He wants the male and female leads to become sisters. This plot has totally changed. How are the male and female leads supposed to continue their sweet romance now? The male lead turned into a transvestite? The picture is too pretty. I can't look. Why do I kind of want to laugh? I'll silently light a candle for the male lead in my heart. When it comes to viciousness, who can compare to the leads? In the original book, after I discover my body had been swapped, I try to go home to beg my parents for help. But halfway there, the male lead had people capture me and sent me straight to a psychiatric hospital. There, the original owner of the body was subjected to inhuman torture. Only after he was driven completely mad was he released. After that, he wandered outside constantly until his death. Just because the person who did this is the protagonist, does that mean their actions can be beautified and praised? These people really are blind and heartless. I want to see whether, after the male lead turns into a transvestite, Sophia will still be loyal to him and stay loving and devoted. Afterwards, I went back to the Johnsons and told the original owner's parents about this matter. They were all stunned when they heard it, and immediately wanted me to call off the engagement and then take revenge on the Taylor family. I told them that the revenge on the Taylor family would be carried out in secret. We would not call off the engagement yet. My parents were puzzled and asked me why. I said coldly, I want to ruin Sophia's reputation. I wasn't going to let her die that easily. These past few days, Sophia kept coming to see me for no particular reason. Only when she saw the bracelet on my wrist did she feel at ease. Of course, I was very relieved too. As long as she didn't find out, the male lead would soon become a eunuch. I was looking forward to it. Following the original book's plot point, on the 7th night, I cooperatively fainted. My family hurriedly took me to the hospital, but they couldn't find any problem at all. Finally, on the 2nd day, I miraculously woke up. Sophia was more eager than anyone. She hurried to my bedside and squeezed my hand tightly. Are you all right? Do you feel uncomfortable anywhere? She looked at me with surprise and nervousness, already convinced in her heart that I had been swapped with her first love. If it were any other time, she wouldn't be so flustered with me. She'd just call me by my given name. As she spoke, she even hinted at me with her eyes, urging me to send my parents away so the two of us could talk more easily. The comment stream sighed and groaned. Ah, it's over. The heroine is going to learn the truth. The male supporting character is so awful. If the heroine finds out the male lead was switched into a transgender person, will she go insane? Mourn for the male lead for 3 minutes. My parents were standing right behind her. Seeing this scene, their expressions turned somewhat sour, but remembering my warning, they restrained themselves from acting out. Sophia saw that I kept staring at her, without speaking, and frowned suspiciously. What's wrong with you? Kinda here. It's nothing. Seeing you care about me so much moves me. Sophia's pupils suddenly constricted. At that moment, I looked toward my mom behind her. Mom, I want to eat the seafood congee you make. Okay. My mom kept agreeing. My gaze returned to Sophia. Her face had turned pale, and she was trembling slightly as she held my hand. Then her whole body began to shake. Because her first love, Lucas, is allergic to seafood. What's wrong, Sophia? Are you cold? Sophia forced herself to stay calm, tugged at the corner of her mouth, and pulled a smile more miserable than crying. I'm fine. My parents were worried about me and called the doctor over again to examine me. After confirming I was really okay, they finally breathed a sigh of relief. Sophia also let go of my hand. Her brows were deeply furrowed, as if she couldn't figure out what had gone wrong. After hesitating for a long time, she still circled around before saying to me, Ethan, the bracelet I gave you a few days ago is to keep you safe. Wear all the time, okay? If you don't wear it every day, I really won't be happy. The comment stream thinned out and started scrolling again, full of sighs. Ah, heroin baby. He gave the wrist beads to a transvestite. Ah, the supporting male is too scheming. Who would have thought he'd pull a stunt like this? Ah, I'm rather curious. How exactly did the supporting male find out? I would never betray your feelings. Of course I wear it every day. I shook the bracelet on my wrist at her, It was extremely similar to the one Sophia had given me, and she couldn't tell the difference. So I decided to turn up the heat. What's going on? I pretended to be shocked, suddenly widening my eyes. Why isn't this the one you gave me? I took the bracelet off, examined it carefully again and again, then looked at Sophia with a face full of guilt and said, Sophia, I like the bracelet you gave me so much that I had someone make an identical one, and I didn't expect to put on the wrong one. Sophia, you won't be mad, will you? Sophia's expression seemed about to crack. She stared fixedly at the bracelet in my hand, her voice trembling a little. Where did you put the one I gave you? I pretended to think for a moment, then immediately apologized to Sophia. A few days ago, Benjamin cleaned my room and probably threw the bracelet box away thinking it was trash. It's likely in some dump now. Sophia's expression instantly fell apart. She could barely hold herself together. If she still doesn't understand, the reason I didn't switch bodies with her first love is because I never even wore the bracelet she gave me. Her chest rose and fell violently, her face ashen. She didn't dare accuse me, so she could only take her anger out on Benjamin. What's wrong with Benjamin? Can't he even sort the trash? I think he should retire. My mother couldn't help but speak up. He's getting on in years. Making a few mistakes is inevitable. Don't be too harsh on him. Besides, you haven't even married into our family yet. My mom's tone was stern, and Sophia immediately apologized. Auntie, I'm sorry. I spoke hastily just now because I was flustered. Please don't take it to heart. Mom, Sophia didn't mean any harm. She was just too worried about me. I stopped my mom like someone love-struck, then looked at Sophia with affectionate eyes. Sophia, don't worry. I'll give you a grand wedding. Sophia replied absent-mindedly. I knew she was eager to know how Lucas was doing, so I said considerately to her, There's nothing much for me here. You should go back first. Okay. Sophia grabbed her bag and hurriedly left. She even forgot to say goodbye to my parents, showing how anxious she was. Comments immediately scrolled by. Can the heroine find the hero? Can't they contact each other by phone? But with the supporting male, let the heroine find the male lead. I can hardly imagine how devastated the heroine will be when she sees the male lead. I heard Sophia went straight to Lucas's house after leaving the hospital, but he wasn't there. These past few days, she's been trying to contact Lucas, but his number has been disconnected. For a while, she was beside herself with anxiety, but dared not make a big scene looking for him. She could only do it furtively, not even daring to call the police. Sophia, of course, couldn't find him. Luna, who had switched bodies with Lucas, had already been sent abroad by me. Luna's physical condition was poor, and after undergoing another possession, she had fallen into an unresponsive coma and was currently being treated in the hospital. My people are watching over him. As soon as he wakes up, they will notify me immediately. When Sophia was once again staking out Lucas's house, my people told me that Lucas had woken up and was making a huge scene at the hospital, insisting he had been mistaken and should be the young master of the Johnson family. I snorted. Since they're so in love, it's about time to let them meet. The next day, I used the excuse of feeling unwell to have Sophia accompany me to the hospital to pick up medicine. Although she was very unwilling, she still went along. When I went to get the medicine, I specifically had someone bring Lucas over. When Lucas saw Sophia, he lunged at her like a madman. Sophia, it's me. The live chat erupted with excitement. Here it comes. The male and female leads finally meet. Does the heroine dare to admit it? Even if she wanted to admit it, she couldn't recognize him. The male lead is neither fully male nor female now, sigh. Sophia's expression changed sharply. She shoved Lucas away and stumbled back a few steps, frightened. Who are you? Sophia, it's Lucas. Lucas was pushed to the ground, eyes bloodshot, stretching out his hand towards Sophia. For a moment, Sophia's expression cracked. Her eyes filled with an indescribable shock. Her body trembled, and she involuntarily stepped back a few paces. Lucas was fairly tall now, his long hair loose, and even in a hospital gown, his protruding chest was visible, yet his voice was unlike that of most women. Sophia pointed at Lucas, her voice trembling as she spoke. You, are you a man or a woman? Lucas's face twisted instantly. He couldn't say a word. The area was packed with onlookers, whispering among themselves. In the end, someone recognized Lucas. Hey, isn't he the transvestite who sold drinks at the Nightshade bar? At those words, Sophia was struck as if by lightning, frozen on the spot, her outstretched hand stiffening in midair. Lucas fell apart. How did this happen, Sophia? Tell me how this could happen. Where did my original body go? A twitch crossed Sophia's mouth. A look of disgust flashed in her eyes, and she stepped back a few paces. Lucas noticed her movement and became even more distraught. Sophia, you're the one who did this to me. You have to take responsibility. I was clearly supposed to become the young master of the Johnson family. How could I possibly have turned into a transvestite? You got it wrong. It must be you who got it wrong. Sophia opened her mouth and suddenly saw me in the crowd. Her expression shifted several times, and finally she pointed at Lucas viciously. Are you crazy or something? Where did you escape from, you lunatic spouting nonsense? I walked slowly out of the crowd and came to Sophia's side. Sophia, who is he? Sophia looked flustered but forced herself to remain calm. I don't know him. He seems mentally unstable. Ethan, let's get out of here quickly. She was afraid I'd hear something I shouldn't, so she wanted me to leave immediately. The bullet comments went wild. Wokeo, the female lead, is so ruthless. Looks like she's planning to abandon the male lead. Who could accept their first love turning into a shunrin, gender non-conforming person? TSK, the male lead is too miserable. He's about to shatter. Lucas looked at Sophia and me standing side by side, resentment flashing in his eyes. He scrambled up and lunged at me. It was you, it's all your fault. I should be the heir of the Johnson family. I should be Ethan Johnson. My bodyguard immediately shielded me and kicked Lucas to the ground. Sophia's face was pale, and she was staggering. I turned my head to look at Sophia and agreed. You're right. He really is a lunatic. Sophia's face went even paler. It deliberately yapped a hertist. What's wrong? Are you unwell? Were you frightened by that madman? Sophia nodded mutely. Yes. Let's go. I deliberately put my arm around Sophia's shoulders, pretending to be very close with her. As I turned to leave, I glanced back at Lucas. The fury in his eyes was about to explode. The live comments erupted again. Oh damn, the heroine is heartless. She actually really gave up on the hero. The male lead is helpless and pitiful. Who can help him? The supporting male is really harmful. He must be trying to climb up to take his place. That day, I was watching the young woman dance in a bar. The live comments suddenly became lively. Extra, extra. The male lead finally cornered the female lead at the entrance of her company. These past few days, the female lead has been avoiding him and not answering his calls. The male lead couldn't take it anymore. The female lead isn't having an easy time either. She's been distracted lately and can't focus on work. But the male lead is even more miserable. He's suddenly turned into a man-woman, and also has a terminal illness. Anyone would break down in his place. It's all the fault of the villain. Otherwise, the male and female leads would have already finished their wedding photos. I laughed. I can only say I did a beautiful job. The barrage of comments kept scrolling. Holy shit. The female lead actually says she doesn't recognize the male lead and calls him crazy. The male lead is really about to go mad. The way he looks at the female lead makes it seem like he could eat her. The male lead accuses the female lead of seducing and abandoning him. Has he given up completely? The female lead is furious and says that if he dares slander her again, she will call the police. The male lead collapses to the ground and throws a tantrum, slandering the female lead by claiming that before he became a transgender person, she was pregnant with his child. The female lead went pale. Wokeo, the heroine, slapped the hero and said she was going to sue him. The hero told her to go ahead and sue, even saying he had seen the 2 moles on her chest. He swore it was the truth. Oh my, The heroine went mad with rage and beat the hero with punches and kicks, completely ruining her image. Yikes, with so many people watching, the heroine is utterly humiliated. What kind of crazy commotion is this? The couple who were supposed to be together have actually become enemies. The male lead is fainted, someone's calling the police, and someone else is dialing 911. The plot is falling apart, turning from a sweet romance into a horror movie. I'm furious. Side character, come out and take my sword. That very night, Sophia became an online sensation. Even the earlier video of her struggling with Lucas in the hospital was posted by meddlesome netizens and kept attracting attention. The content was so sensational that discussions among netizens reached unprecedented heights. They even found Sophia's personal account and flooded it with frantic comments. Even the Taylor Group's corporate account was compromised. Sophia was socially ruined, so frightened that she deactivated all her personal accounts and even changed her phone number. But I didn't expect her to contact me that very night as if nothing had happened, asking me to go take wedding photos. Since the last time she said she wanted to postpone the shoot, I haven't mentioned it again. Now that she brought it up herself, I knew it was because after seeing Lucas, she realized there was no chance between them and was desperate to hold on to me. I told Sophia that I had seen the video online and hoped she could calm the current public opinion and then take the wedding photos again. Then I added firmly, I believe you. I wanted to force her hand. I wanted to see what she would choose when faced with her former lover and her future. Soon I knew the answer. My people told me that Sophia had bribed a doctor, intending to euthanize Lucas by illicit means. My people ultimately saved him and brought him before me. Lucas's face was pale, lifeless. He was even thinner than before. He saw me, anger flashing across his face. Ethan, I smiled faintly. Lucas, I'm the one who saved you. Lucas said viciously, Sophia is a bitch, and you're no good either. I shrugged. What does it matter who's good or bad? The lover you cherished put you through this, turned you into a freak, and now, for her own future, she wants to kill you. Lucas's pupils suddenly contracted, his eyes erupting with overwhelming hatred. I sneered and continued to stab at his heart. She's about to marry into the Johnson family and become a wealthy young mistress, living a life everyone envies, while you will soon die of an incurable illness, and after your death no one will even want to bury you. Of course I could choose to expose Sophia's wicked deeds, but that would be boring. It's far more entertaining to let them destroy each other. So, Lucas, are you willing to accept that? Lucas was certainly not willing to accept it. He was so furious he clenched his teeth, his whole body trembling. I will not let that bitch go. If she thinks she can push me away, it's not that easy. I will get my revenge. Good. This is exactly the effect I wanted. I looked down at Lucas from above and smiled. Lucas, if you want revenge, I can help you. Sophia's birthday party is coming up, and I plan to give her a gift that will make her remember it for the rest of her life. The comment stream exploded. WTF, the supporting male wants to use the male lead to harm the female lead? He's terrifying. Is the male lead stupid? The person he should hate is the supporting male. How did it end up like this? The female lead never expected this to happen. The female lead baby is in danger. What should we do? What should we do? Is there really nobody to intervene? I couldn't keep watching after that. After the male lead became a transvestite, it feels like his psyche went totally twisted. I hope the male lead and the supporting male hurry up and die. On Sophia's birthday banquet, the affair was lavish. All the prominent local figures had been invited. Sophia was dressed like a princess, haughtily lifting her head as she descended the staircase step by step. When she saw me, she broke into a radiant smile. Ethan, thank you for the carefully prepared birthday party. Ever since she failed to hire someone to kill Lucas, she's been on edge. To secure backing, her attitude toward me has been far better than before. She even deliberately used more intimate forms of address. I raised my glass to her. You deserve it. Anyway, the Taylor family had already fallen into the traps set by the Johnsons and would soon be bankrupt. I don't mind letting everyone witness Sophia's comeuppance. Everyone sent Sophia their congratulations and gifts. The smile on Sophia's face never stopped. Soon, the staff wheeled a cake over. Sophia closed her eyes happily to make a wish, and after blowing out the candles, she gave me a playful wink. Ethan, after the birthday party, shall we go take wedding photos? I curled my lips and shook my head slightly. Sophia frowned in confusion, and at that moment, something unexpected happened. A man in work clothes quietly approached Sophia. While everyone else was immersed in the joyous atmosphere, he pulled out a dagger and slashed fiercely across Sophia's face, again and again. The surroundings fell silent in an instant, then erupted into a piercing scream. Everyone instinctively moved away from Sophia and fled to the sides. Sophia, terrified, covered her face with her hands, but felt blood on them. She was instantly horrified and screamed as she fell to the ground. The comment stream went completely wild. Ah, that dead scumbag. How could he bear to hurt the heroine? My goodness. The male lead clearly knows the female lead loves beauty most of all, yet he slashed her face. He deserves to become a transvestite. Oh no, it's over. The plot has already veered into Javanese territory. Lucas held the bloody knife aimed at Sophia and angrily cursed her. Sophia, you bitch, you ruined me so badly and then abandoned me. Do you have any conscience? Sophia trembled all over, 2 blood streaks on her face looking terrifying. Lucas, you can't blame me. You become neither man nor woman. What else could I do? Lucas snorted with laughter. Fine, I can't go on living anyway. Might as well drag you to death with me. Sophia's eyes were full of terror. She kicked her legs backward and kept begging. Lucas, I was wrong. Please spare me. I can give you money, whatever amount you want. Lucas roared angrily. I'm about to die. What good is money now? His eyes were red as he lunged again at Sophia. The security guard hurried over at that moment, trying to stop him. Lucas knew he had no chance, so he dragged the knife across his own throat. Blood spurted out, splashing onto Sophia's face and chest. Even the hem of her dress was stained with spots of crimson. Lucas fell to the ground, lifeless, but his eyes were wide open, staring in Sophia's direction, refusing to close in death. When Sophia came to her senses, she let out a piercing scream that nearly tore through everyone's eardrums. She clutched her head and knelt on the ground, tears pouring down like rain. I'm sorry I was wrong. It's my fault, Lucas. I regret it. Sophia was greatly shocked. After speaking, she fell straight to the ground and fainted. The comment stream exploded. I'm exhausted, destroy it all. Does this plot have even a sense worth a connection to the original? My male lead. He actually killed himself? Why treat me like this? I only wanted to watch the male and female leads' sweet romance. The male lead is an animal. He deserved to die. The leads were played by the supporting male. Sigh, can this be restarted? Male supporting character may become the biggest winner. I watched Sophia being carried away by the medical staff and idly fiddled with the bead bracelet in my hand. He who harms others ultimately harms himself. If they hadn't tried to swap my life from the start, they wouldn't have ended up like this. This is their retribution. After waking up in the hospital, Sophia's mind was somewhat disturbed. When she learned that the family had gone bankrupt and her parents had taken her younger brother away, leaving her behind, she cried and made a scene, and later went completely mad. Out of consideration for the fact that she had once been my fiancée, I had her committed to a psychiatric hospital for treatment. That also counted as finding her a good place to go. Oh, that priest who harmed me. I caught him too. I had people send him abroad for electroshock therapy. I believe he'll be a good person in his next life. Postscript. On a small overseas island. I was lying leisurely on a chair, soaking up the sun. Not far away, a dozen or so bikini-clad beauties in bright colors were playing in the water by the shore. This island is my private property, and those hot-bodied beauties are my bodyguards and maids. A few more scarlet comments suddenly floated across the screen. Holy crap, the heroine isn't crazy anymore. The heroine says her ending shouldn't be like this. She wants to see the male supporting lead. Has she awakened the original secretary's memories? The doctor is here. He said if she makes any more noise, he'll give her an injection. Holy crap, the heroine actually knelt down, saying she regrets it, admits she was wrong, begging the doctor to contact the second lead, claiming he'll surely forgive her. Sigh, heroine, I feel sorry for you, but the second lead has changed. Poor heroine, she may have to spend the rest of her life fully conscious in a psychiatric hospital. Just then, Benjamin brought over fruit and drinks. Sir, the psychiatric hospital called. They say Miss Sophia wants to see you. I picked up a grape and put it in my mouth. Tell the doctor to increase her medication. Benjamin stepped back, and I whistled toward the sea. The group of scantily clad beauties swayed their bodies and, with seductive grace, came running toward me. Some kneaded my shoulders, some pounded my legs, some fed me cocktails, their glances unabashedly hot. Skirts swung with their hips, their giggles seemed to have hooks, and the air was filled with a sweet, intoxicating scent. When will this plain, unadorned life ever come to an end?